Hello, welcome to another Stream Legends. It is your boy Link, and for the first week, in about 4 weeks, we haven't accidentally played another song after the first one. So there we go, we've done well there. Also, it's the first time in a few weeks that I haven't qualified for Weekend League. So loads of you keep asking if we can have a game on stream sometime. So this is like a open call. Anyone that wants to play me on stream. Most of the regulars already have me as a friend on PS5. Any of the regulars or anyone who subscribes who doesn't, just let me know. I'll get you added. I'm going to open some packs while waiting for things to start. If there's no one that wants to play me at the time, we will just play rivals. So I've been doing some evolutions at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to play some chill Ultimate Team. Nothing crazy. And I hope we all have a good time. So yeah, England won against Ireland 5-0. But Ireland were tight until they had a man sent off and give a penalty away. It was before that. It was actually, I would say, disappointing from England. England should have been doing better than that, in my opinion at least. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. It's another Sunday stream, and yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of FIFA. If anyone wants to play against me, the offer is there. Right, let's go. I've got my squad battles rewards I haven't opened, so I thought we'd start with that. It's a Dutch CDM from the Dutch Women's League, so I'm not sure how good that could be. What is the ceiling? They're not the best. I might get 900 for them though. I'm just going to list these as well as we do it. Grob's got a 500, I reckon. Do I want any of this stuff? Got 1,000 coins as well, so that's something. Not the best pack to start us off. These aren't the best packs. I didn't play loads and loads of squad battles this week. So this is 175 rated rare player. It's not even like a walkout. It's Mukiele. Don't think he has any real value again. Yeah, 650. Might as well quick sell it at that point, rather than mess about with it. So we have 75 by 3 pack. Always looks like Harry Kane to me. A lot of people just sent them in, so it's not. McAllister? Will we see a Liverpool flag? Badge? I mean, it is Alexis McAllister. But there's a dilemma here. Do we sell him or do we keep him? We definitely sell Marino. What's he going for? Maybe 6.9? I've one there for 6.2, so I better check Footbin because I have no idea what they're worth. I don't want to sell them too cheap. I don't mind losing a little bit of money on a player just to get them sold, but you know, 5.7 is what Footbin's saying. So we'll go 5.6 just to try to get it moved nice and quick. McAllister. 86s, I think, are going for around 9k off the top of my head. 8.5. So not the best, but then again, you know, it's just squad battles rewards. Bruma, will he have any value? Maybe because of the pace, but there's one there listed for 600. So let's just bin him off. Bin him off, go again. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. And like I said, we didn't qualify for Weekend League, so if anyone wants to play against me, just drop a message in the chat and we'll do that. Hopefully I'll beat you. So yeah, I've played a little bit of Rush this week, a little bit of Rivals, some Champs. I've played the qualifiers 3 times and not been able to qualify. 3 attempts, which really hurts in some ways. I don't know why I haven't qualified really. I'm sitting too low. I need to just touch my camera down a little bit. You can see my Lego boxes under the bed now, but yeah, that's better. I feel like I don't have to keep stretching up to be in the frame, so that's good. So yeah, we'll just play some Rivals. If anyone watches who watches the channel, you want to play a game, let's play a game. I feel like friggin' Jigsaw saying that. Do you want to play a game? I'm still playing Sammy's. Oh, I've started Caicedo. I meant to start Kyrgios, who I'm Evoing at the moment, because I want to move towards an all Ipswich and Liverpool team. That's like the goal right now. It's the phase. Like obviously, where I lost all my coins, we got set. Oh, I can't believe Salah's not scored. My hammered. I honestly thought he was going to score there. But yeah, the idea is we'll phase out the non-Liverpool and Ipswich players, and then we'll just have a full Ipswich-Liverpool 11, because with Ipswich being in the Premier League, their players are like at least half decent now. Don't know whether to do it as past and present. I think I will, because there's a new Evo just come out where Kiefer Moore looks like a nice option. Look, yeah, Kiefer Moore, like, it's crazy stats boost. I think it's like plus 20 overall for a striker, and it's plus 40 pace. So you can take basically any striker and give them 90 pace. The other person I had looked at though was Andy Carroll. I wouldn't mind sticking Andy Carroll in the SBC, in the Evolution, sorry, not SBC. So many terms in FIFA now, aren't there? Well, FIFA's like not a term you can use anymore. It's EAFC, which after a whole year, still haven't got used to. I don't think I will until FIFA comes out with a game. I know they've said they will. They're going to sell the license to someone else. Loads of rumours about Konami at the moment, which is cool. Konami's obviously a big company, and they've got so much experience making football games. Like, it's the one that would make sense. FIFA's announced that it's using Konami for one of their events. So they're using, I can't even, it's not called Pro Evo anymore, is it? It used to be called Pro Evo, but it's now called like Konami Soccer or something. Once it opened up, I had to hit it. It opens up a little, and I have to hit it. There's no other option other than just absolutely drilling that into the top corner. But they stood off me thinking, you don't want to score from there. And tell me I can't do something, and I'll do it. Unless it's like fly or something, because I'm not magic. It'd be cool if you could fly though, wouldn't it, guys? You know? Be good for headers. Oh, what a save. Alisson Becker made a great save. I just feel like you can't stop Van Dijk at corners unless you've got Van Dijk. We had Van Dijk, but then someone hacked my account and took all my players. And it's been 2 weeks, EA haven't fixed it. Like, I've chased them twice, and they're a little bit like, oh, please stop chasing us. We'll sort it. But they haven't. Still. So I'm still waiting. Which is really frustrating, to be honest with you. Like, it's not nice. Like, thankfully I haven't spent real money this year on FIFA, but some years I do. And if you lose all your players and stuff, it's awful. You know, like, some people put thousands of pounds. I can't imagine what it's like if you get your account hacked and you had thousands of pounds, like millions of coins. Like, I lost, like, I think about 500,000 coins worth. The problem is as well, the players I had, like, at the point where I lost Salah and Van Dijk, they're both over 200k. And they're both now dropped to like 150, 180. So I'm gonna like lose coins. But then I don't know if I probably wouldn't have sold them anyway, because I'd still be using them, I reckon. I have bought another Mo Salah now. I've built my coins up enough to do that. So we have got Salah, but I'm still a bit butthurt about losing my coins. Like, it's making me not want to play the game as well. Like, it's honestly, like, part of me wants to protest. Like, But also, part of me wonders as well. Look, I haven't spent money on the game this year. If I had spent money, would it have fixed it by now? Like, do you know what I mean? If I was one of these people that like, is EA's list just chronological, or is it like looking after the people that spent money? Because I've never ever had a problem with EA customer support before. I've never had an issue like this before, to be fair. Like, it's the first time ever my account's been hacked in, like, well, I've been playing Ultimate Team since it came out, so when was that, like 2011? So yeah, pretty sad. But yeah, it's just making me not want to play FIFA, basically. Which kind of sucks, because it's something that I kind of enjoy. I say kind of, because it's not always fun. We have Martin up in the chat. Didn't see the message till now. I think it came in a few minutes ago. I can't actually see that with what I've got on my screen. But Martin has swapped Liam Delap, ole, into his dream team. Honestly, I've been toying with it the whole season. Like, because he keeps scoring. And I keep feeling like he's going to have like a dry couple of weeks, but he just doesn't. He just scores again. So yeah, good shout there, Martin. Pleased to see you got an Ipswich lad in there. Have you got anyone else? You got Leif Davis? Anyone that hasn't got Leif Davis, he's doing a great job. And also, there is a Links Legends not weekend league. That would be cool if I could play weekend league just for you guys instead of against some random idiots. But yeah, there's a fantasy league, and I don't know if the link I'm about to put in chat is the right one. Okay, that didn't work, so it must be a different. No, it's not the right link. Don't click that one. It's not a dodgy link or anything. Don't panic. But that one takes you to last year's. I'll update that in a bit if anyone needs it. But I know Martin, he's the only person active in chat at the minute. He's already in there. Most of you are already in there. But I thought I'd mention it. The link's also on my like social media pages as well. So if you need it, it's not like hard to find. And I know the season started, but get involved anyway. You know, get in there. See who wins week to week. I had quite a good week last week. I have Mo Salah captain. And obviously he scored and got an assist, did he, last week? I feel like Mo Salah does so much stuff, you can't even keep up with him. Do you know what I mean? Like Mo Salah does so much. You like can't keep up with his like goals and stuff. But he's not like Haaland where he scores enough that you can just guarantee he scored this week, basically. Martin is toying with Leif Davis. Yeah, Leif Davis has been brilliant for me in FPL this year. He gets so many assists, you see. So many assists. Ipswich's next game is against Man U, which is a potential banana skin for Man U. I have to say that. I couldn't like act like, you know, I can't give Man U any credit. I know some of you that watch the channel are Man United fans, and I appreciate you being there as a United fan. You know, we're welcoming to all, but I really want you to lose next week. But I just can't wait for the international break to stop. Like I saw a tweet earlier that said Premier League, it was a picture of Domino's, and then international break it was a picture of like Tesco value pizzas or something. And don't get me wrong, I watch international football. I'm also down to eat a Tesco value pizza if that's the best option that's out there. You know, I'm not a snob when it comes to pizza. Well, I'm quite open to different pizzas from different places, but I thought it was an apt comparison. Like, the Premier League is like having yourself a Domino's, and then international break is like having a supermarket. I want to keep bashing Tesco's value range, But yeah, it's like a supermarket own brand pizza. It's just not the same, is it, guys? We don't like it. I hate the international break. I also hate all the players that get injured and stuff like that. And Soboslai obviously had to deal with a horrifically scary situation when their manager collapsed. Thankfully, he's okay apparently. But it still don't actually not happened to him. I don't think it's like public information yet. It was quite scary. Like, they actually abandoned the game. What's the flag for? Who's offside? Who's offside? I scored from 25 yards. What's the flag about? I don't get that. But yeah, if anyone wants a game of FIFA, if you're on next gen, you have to be on next gen because I play on next gen. Sorry if you aren't in the next gen yet. To be fair, I don't blame you if you're not. Like, I was watching someone stream the other day, and they were playing on last gen, and I didn't even realise. That's how little the difference is. And as well, if you don't, because most people stream in 1080p, like, if you don't stream in 4K, which most people don't, because the internet usage of that is just intense, and it's really hard to have a stable stream in 4K over the internet. Like, and also a lot of people watching their phones and stuff, so there's no point streaming in 4K if someone's watching on a little phone, which is what most of you tend to watch my channel on. But there's some of you do chuck me on the TV, you know, get the family around, catch up on what I've been up to. But yeah, I think 1080p is good enough for streaming. But because people stream in 1080p, I couldn't tell they were playing next gen. So yeah, if you've not gone next gen yet, don't blame you. But if anyone wants a game, let me know, because people have asked me for a few weeks, and because we didn't qualify for Weekend League this week, it's the right time to do it. I was going to do a separate stream where, like, you guys come and play me, but I decided to do it today, which isn't probably the best time, because where it's been the international break, you know, England have literally just finished, people are down the pub and stuff. So yeah, it probably wasn't my best idea, but if anyone does want a game, let me know, and I'll be happy to beat you at FIFA. And we don't have to play Ultimate Team as well. If anyone doesn't play Ultimate Team, we could play just like club friendlies, just play with like normal teams. I'm happy to do that as well if anyone doesn't play Ultimate Team but they want a game. Need to see it again. Martin says he did a lot of tinkering in the international break, shipped out Nkunku for Smith Rowe. Nkunku is so unpredictable, so I kind of rate that. He is just, you don't know what you're going to get with him. I feel like that's what you want. In FPL, you want like a basic cast of people you trust. Like Trent, who I need to take out because he's injured. But like, you want Trent, you want your Salah types, you know, maybe Haaland. I don't have Haaland because I don't like him. I don't really like having City or Man U players on my team. I have got Bruno at the moment. But the problem is, I feel like with FPL, if you have a player from a team you don't like there's this weird cognitive dissonance when they score. Like if Erling Haaland scores and he's in my FPL team, I'd be happy for my FPL points, but I'd be annoyed that Man City have scored again. So I don't really tend to use Man City players, which probably is a disadvantage because they're such a good team. Not as much this year compared to other years, but yeah, I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. Has been nice. The only thing that has been nice about the international break is that I haven't been looking at, oh, how's FPL going? Or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been like, oh, did I get points in FPL this week? Because I don't care. I don't do UEFA Nations League FPL. I'm sure there's probably something like that now. UEFA love an app, don't they? They love anything that they can monetize, let's be honest. Come on, Mo. He's off. Yeah, I thought he was. I had no pass on though, so, you know, what do you do? Do you try and come back, or do you just roll it through and hope? We'll play it back to Swanwick. I don't know why. I must have lent on the... Oh, Martin doesn't have Haaland, he's got Isaac. Have you got Mo? Are you team Mo Salah, Martin? Some people don't have any of them big players, do they? They just have loads of good players. Spread their money about, which is another tactic, obviously, for fantasy football. Like, part of me wants to play fantasy NFL next year, like next season. Like, I know a few people who do it. I know Martin watches NFL, I don't know if you do that, but like, part of me thinks it'd be fun. And it would make watching random NFL games more fun. But I do like NFL, it's just on a stupid time for this country most of the time. And like, in this country, we pretend no one's in. That was awful. And I said, for God's sake, if anyone didn't hear what I said. Can't believe that. That was awful from me. Hadji. I don't know if I've played Hadji this year. That is one thing. I feel this year there's a little bit more variance in the teams. Evolutions helps with that, because people can Evo players they really, really like. Like, I couldn't use Harry Clark, who's one of my favourite Ipswich players, if it wasn't for Evolutions. Like, Evolutions makes this impossible. And same with Kyrgios, who I've left on the bench again, even though I'm trying to Evo him. Because normally on a stream, I'm not thinking about that. Oh no. Great goalkeeping there from me. Bringing the keeper out, making him think, oh. And I took him back. Made him think I was going to run to the line, defend. But I didn't. I was brave. I didn't fancy that with Nunes at that angle. Like, so I had to try to play it back. That's offside. And their press is really good. I will give them that. The person I'm playing against. That's hopeful. Just realised I've left my dehumidifier on in my room, so if there's a weird buzzing noise, I'll turn that off after this game. I didn't even realise it was on still. I feel like it's one of those noises that like you don't hear. Does that make sense? Like, you know, like if you have a clock that ticks, you don't notice it ticking. But if you go to someone else's house and they have a clock that ticks, you hear it, don't you? Like, it's weird, isn't it? We're going to quit this one because they're beating us. Obviously, I'm not playing very well at the moment. I think it's because I'm disillusioned with FIFA because of the whole hacked account nonsense. Like I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that I've lost 500,000 in coins. Like, it's annoying. Like, it's really annoying. And EA's customer service haven't been great. Which is a huge, massive shame. You know? Just thinking of Newcastle, because Martin said Lewis Hall and Livramento played in the game against Ireland. I was worried when Smollett went down. I was thinking, oh no, don't do this to me, Sammy. Don't do this to me, Sammy. You're born in Colchester anyway. Why are you playing for Ireland? I actually don't know what his link is. He could have an Irish parent or something, which is fair play. I get it. You know, when these players who don't qualify to play, well, they're not necessarily good enough to play for their home country, or the country that, if you asked him what his nationality is, like before he played for Ireland, I'm sure he'd say English. But yeah, if you've got the opportunity to go play international football for another country, go do it. Enjoy yourself. Knock yourself out. That Ramirez keeps scoring. How good were Livermore? I'll tell you what, Livermore was alright. I liked him more than Walker playing right back, for sure. But Hall and Gordon, I like. Now we all know I'm a Leif Davis fan, yeah? I want Leif Davis to play. And failing that, I also like Trent at left back. But there is something for me about playing two people on a wing who play together every week. Like, I feel like the last time England had that, you know, two people that play them two positions next to each other week in, week out, was probably like, what, Beckham and Neville? I guess you had Joe Cole and Ashley Cole on the other wing, who played together for quite a while as well. But, like, there's something about it for me. Like, if you look at the great Italy teams, you know, they have like they had like Nesta and Maldini who play next to each other at the back, which I think is even more important, like, for defenders. But I also think like these wide pairings for the little combinations and stuff, having these people that play together every single week, it just adds something. And I think because of that, Hall could be England's first choice left back now. I'm not a Shaw fan. You know, they don't seem to be wanting Leif Davis, which is a massive crying shame. It's funny though, because there's rumours of him going to Liverpool, which I don't think are going to happen. Liverpool sources are saying that Liverpool are interested in a couple of different fullbacks, like Kirkaz, who's obviously Hungarian, plays with Soboslai, but I don't see Liverpool buying a fullback this season. Like, people are talking about a January raid for Leif Davis, and I'm thinking, like, we're top of the league. I get you want to strengthen, but like, there's not a problem with Tsimikas and Robinson. Like, you don't need Leif Davis right now. If Liverpool were going to do anything to try to win the league, like, I'd be looking for like a midfielder, like a Zub Mendy still. Like, it's that one as well. Martin says something about Hall, think he's going to be a megastar. Don't know why he has that feeling. I agree, really. I think, to be fair, he's stepped into the England team like without blinking. If you get what I mean, like, he doesn't look like he's worried about playing for England. He doesn't look scared to play for England, which a lot of people do. I don't blame him, to be fair, with the press and stuff. But yeah, Hall looks confident, and I think he's good. Jamie's in the chat. I can't ask how Sheffield played this weekend because they didn't. But I hope you're well, man. I'm doing good. Martin also says he's a steal for 28 million. Is that how much you had to pay for Hall? Okay, if there was a weird noise there, it was the dehumidifier turning off. I forgot to turn it off. That's alright. Just turned itself off, I think. But yeah, I think the link up between Hall and Gordon, there's something about it. And like I say, I don't really remember the last time England had a pairing like that who played together every week. Jamie asked what I think of the England game. Like, I feel like I'd be really pessimistic to moan about it when they won 5-0, but here I go. Until the person got sent off, England was slightly the better team, but didn't look like they were going to score, really. You know? That's what I thought. Like, I didn't think England were going to score. I felt bad for Kelleher because that wasn't a goalkeeping performance where you can see 5 goals. Like, I don't think there's any of them goals that he could stop. But like, as a goalkeeper, like, you conceded 5 goals. You know, there's one where the defender's blocking his view, one's a penalty, which, to be fair to Harry Kane, he has waited, which is what I think you have to do now, is you have to wait until the keeper shows where he's going to go and then just pop it the other side. I think it's the best way to take a penalty. It's hard to do, it's hard to have the confidence to do, and it's like a battle of like wits, even more so than just taking it, because you're trying to like persuade them. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to like make them think you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like you've got to wait for the goalkeeper to go to do that, and that takes some cojones, shall we say? But on the whole, you know, once that first goal went in, England looked good, but Ireland had 10 men. You know, they'd set up with a deep block. They'd set up to play on the counter. They had a couple of chances on the counter. I think Ireland should have had 2 pens as well, guys. Like, for me, they're both penalties. You know, is it not a penalty because Walker headed the ball? That's maybe the defence for me. Like, I'd love to know, and you know, UEFA don't tell us, but I'd love to know why the VAR said no, it's fine. Is it because he heads the? If it's because he heads the ball, I get it. If they're trying to say there's not enough contact or anything, like his leg comes across, bit of contact for me. I'd like to see that given if it's Mo Salah running for on goal against Man United. Also, this problem where I don't like England getting penalties because Kane's going to score. like, do you know what I mean? Don't like Harry Kane. Like, I almost feel like I don't want England to score when Kane takes a penalty. Because I don't want Kane to score. But you know, you all know if you watch the channel regular, I'm not the most like nationalistic person. I don't know. Martin's asked, who would you replace Kane with? Ivan Toney? Which seems to not be an option because he's playing in Saudi Arabia, which is weird. Because there's plenty of national teams playing people who are playing in Saudi Arabia. There's a worrying shortage of excellent strikers. Do you know what we've got? We've got like 3 who are quite good. Okay, the dehumidifiers just turned back on. because I'm at a timer thing, so I will turn it off after this game if I remember. Can you hear it? Looking at my mic, you can't hear it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Tony's stinking up the joint at the moment. It's hard, isn't it? You know. You've got Solanke, who can't score at Tottenham. He's got a couple, but he's not been like prolific. Then you got Ollie Watkins, who just, I prefer him playing to Kane, especially in terms of like the shape of the team. Like I just feel like if you're gonna play with a number 10, you don't play Harry Kane up front. Like it doesn't for me it doesn't work. Like you don't put a number 10 behind someone who wants to drop deep. It'd be like playing Roberto Firmino up front with a number 10. And Kane's a better finisher and goal scorer than Firmino, but Martin says you have Watkins, but he doesn't scream prolific striker. And also, I know he scored like a tapping at the Euros, but you know, World Cup final against Brazil, Watkins goes through one-on-one with Alisson. Are you thinking he scores? Do you know what I mean? Like Watkins for me, I don't have that. I like him, I think he's a good player. But like, for me, Duran looks better at Aston Villa at the moment. And that's not like saying Duran's not good. But, you know, you've either got to have a thing where you pick players based on reputation, or you've got to pick players based on form. And I don't care if a manager wants to do the reputation thing. Like, but I feel like you've got to, as an international manager, have like a policy. And I don't know who you play up front. Like, because for me, Kane and Bellingham together is like meh. I don't really like it, and they're both good players. You know, I've always argued that Kane's a great player, but he makes your team worse. I still believe that, like, wholeheartedly. Like Kane's fantastic. He's such a good finisher, really technical, but he's not a runner. He never has been. He needs to play with someone like Son, who does the running for him, for me. And England could go that way, but I think if you're playing Harry Kane in that role, you have to have Anthony Gordon on one side, and you have to have like, I still say Sterling on the other side, because for me he's the best winger England have at scoring goals. Like, Saka scores a few, but not like, he's not prolific. If you like, for me, if you play with a Firmino type, you need Salah and Mane. I think that's the problem at Arsenal with Havertz. If you have Havertz and he's dropping deep and doing all that good stuff, which is, you know, Roberto Firmino is one of my favourite strikers of all time. I don't hate false nines or false-ish nines. Like, I don't have a problem with it. But I just feel that if you're going to go that way, you really, really need someone wide who's going to score goals. Martin says I think Barnes. Yeah, I'm surprised Barnes isn't in the conversation more. The problem is you've got Foden, who's obviously like potentially world class. I'm not going to say he is world class, because for me, if Foden's world class, what's Salah? Do you know what I mean? Is he like universe class? Because people will say, oh, Foden's better than Salah, but look at the numbers. Like, I know football's not all about numbers, but look at the numbers. It's not like Salah doesn't do anything like, which is nice on the eye, he does. But the numbers are different. Like, the numbers hit different. And I think that's the problem, is if you play Kane, you need wingers who are going to get goals. Like, you can't play with wingers that score sometimes. And Gordon's pace, for me, Gordon could be one of those that you play. But I don't know who you play on the right. I don't think Madueke is the answer. I've not been that impressed with him for England. I know he's done well at Chelsea, but again, different system. Different system, different way of playing, different philosophy, different shape. Like Chelsea aren't playing with a false nine. Chelsea are playing with Jackson, who, again, not prolific, but he makes the runs that a striker makes. You know, which makes the space different. It makes different space for the wingers. It makes wider space for the wingers. And a striker wants to run in behind like that. Was it obvious I was passing on Salah? Because they read it. I didn't think it was obvious, but clearly it was. I couldn't stop it. Canate can though. Salah versus Ledley King. Oh, they could well get the ball there. Fair play. And fair play to him as well, losing 3-1, fought back to 4-3. You got to respect that. They got an Arsenal players. Hopefully they're not actually an Arsenal fan. You know, we don't like losing against Arsenal fans. Arsenal's one of them badges where I don't assume people support that team. Like, it might just be an American that likes guns. Not all Americans like guns, but a lot of you do. And it's your right to like guns, I suppose. It's also your right to have guns. Oh, what a finish from Chiesa. But yeah, I just think, for me personally, England have got and Tuchel is someone that will come up with an identity in that team, and that's what the team really has lacked under Southgate. Like, there's no identity to that England team. You don't know what system they're going to play. Charlie says, "Evening Link, how you doing, mate? I'm very well." They're not down to 10 minutes, well. Very well, yeah. Just hating on the international break, basically. Martin says, when Southampton go down, I think Newcastle should look at Harvard Bellis. Yeah, I think he's a prospect. Obviously come through Man City's academy, good academy. Some people say it's the best academy now, which, yeah, no, I don't want to admit, do I? How many more games have I got to play for Kyrgios to evolve? Charlie and Ipswich have been linked with Endo. So, I wouldn't hate it, because I like Endo. He's a good lad. He works really hard. But, for me, Endo would just be like a better Calvin Phillips or Sam Morsey. And I think we need something different in there. I think Ipswich needs to sign someone who's going to do something different to what the boys do at the moment. Like, that's why I like Kyrgios. For me, Morsey and Kyrgios together, there's so much more balance in that as a midfield too than you do get with Phillips and Morsey. 80 plus times 5. I don't know who that is. It's a cam from England. Eze? Oh, I'm good. That's a rubbish pack, isn't it, really? One thing I will say is, like, from the Liverpool transfer rumours point of view, Endo's not leaving unless Liverpool signing a midfielder, which I was talking about earlier. Actually, like Liverpool are looking at that. It seems to be, the rumours are swirling. There's a temptation to try and do Zubimendi again. I'm hesitant on that because he chose to stay with Sociedad, which I respect. But if someone, who had a release clause doesn't sign for you, what's changed in 6 months that he wants to come to Liverpool? And is it the fact that Liverpool are top of the league, top of the Champions League? Is that what's changed his mind? Because Jurgen Klopp had a saying, which is we want people that want to push the train, not people that jump on it once it's moving. And that's how I feel about Zubimendi. Like if he's looked at Liverpool and gone, oh, I'm not sure where they're going to finish, I'm not sure how good they are, and stalled. If his mind's changed in 6 months because of with us being top, I don't really want people with that attitude. But yeah, if Ipswich signed Enzo, Morsey's game time would be limited. Obviously, for me, Morsey would still be in front of Phillips. But I don't know if McKenna sees it like that. This is the hard part of where Ipswich are at. They're at a really hard point where over the next couple of years, if Ipswich stay up for a couple of years, which I still think they will, we're going to have to say goodbye to some people who have been on the journey. And that's quite sad. Really. Charlie thinks Kuyust and Phillips are the best midfielders. I just like Morsey more. I don't know if it's bias. I think Kuyust has, I'm sure I've said it on stream and on Ipswich videos before, and you've probably all heard me say it, everyone watching this. But for me, it's Kuyust and one other. And that's not because I think Kuyust is better than Phillips or Morsey by a long way. It's because of energy. I just think the balance looks so different with Kuyust in there. The thing is as well, if McKenna likes the defensive midfield changes, so if Morsey was to drop down because we signed Endo, he'd still get a lot of game time, I think. He wouldn't start games, but he'd get half hour, 20 minutes in every game that we're winning. Every game that we're winning. Which, at the moment isn't that many. Trying to tempt him into a big tackle. Morsey doesn't have a stamina for the Prem. Yeah, and I think it's more... Oh, Harry Clark coming in with some sort of karate kick there. I think it's more apparent when he's not next to Kuyust, who's obviously a lot younger and fitter. For me, Morsey, even at the start of the game, he's slow. He is slow. Alexis McAllister's quicker than him, and Alexis McAllister is slow anyway. No one uses Alexis McAllister on FIFA because of how slow he is. And that's not saying, anyone who's not popular on FIFA isn't a good player, because there's loads of people who are more popular on FIFA than now in real life. Carl Walker, I'm looking at you, bro. But I agree, Morsey... I think Morsey without Kuyust doesn't work. I don't think Morsey and Phillips works. Prem is more about stamina and physicality than technical ability. I do agree. One thing I will say, Morsey's strong. That side of it, Morsey deals with that fine. And I think he might even deal with it better than Phillips. But I don't think Phillips is... I don't think Phillips is a marathon. He probably could run a marathon. He's a professional footballer. Every professional footballer could probably finish a marathon, I would assume. Maybe not goalkeepers, but probably most goalkeepers as well could. But yeah, just for me, like, you can't play Morsey and Phillips. Like, it doesn't. There's not enough energy there. Like, I feel like Luongo has more energy than Phillips and Morsey. I don't think he's as good as those. But I think he has more legs. Well, they've all got 2 legs, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I just, for me, Ipswich have got a conundrum in that sense, because defensively they haven't been good enough. And then you have to say, is that because of the midfield? Because a lot of them goals are from playing out of the back. A lot of Ipswich's problems are made by themselves when they play out from the back. And for me, again, there's not Phillips and Morsey. There's no recovery pace. You know, there's no recovery pace, and they're not. Like, I know Morsey scored 1 in the game we were chasing and stuff, but a wild deflection, by the way. So it wasn't really. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like he scored a worldie, but I just think that you need legs in that midfield in the Premier League. And I think Everton was a great example of it. Like, the midfielders at Everton, just pure athletes. And like Liverpool have been playing Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, who both run like, and that is to complement McAllister's quality. Like, McAllister's quality, but you've got to have the other 2 with legs. And that's why Endo doesn't play at Liverpool. So I like him. And if he was to leave, I'd be happy for him to sign for Ipswich. I'd be happier to see Endo at Ipswich. And anyway, if Endo signs for Ipswich, I will go to the club shop the day it happens. Maybe not the day it happens, because I live a long way away. But next time we go to the club shop after we sign Endo, I will get an Endo shirt. 100%. Like, no doubt about it. I love the guy. But I don't actually know if he's the answer to Ipswich's problem because of the legs. Yeah, Charlie says if Ipswich establish himself, the Prem squad will look really different in a couple of years. It will. It, like, the thing is as well, like, if we do well, you're gonna lose players as well. And that's, you've got to do what Brighton do, you know. They lost McAllister, they lost Caicedo, but they replace them and they go again. That's what Ipswich have to do to be sustainable in the Premier League with the profitability rules that exist. You've got to basically be able to buy players for a lot less than you sell them for. You can't be buying players for 40 million and selling them for 10 because the money will dry up. Only Liverpool, Man United, Man City can afford to do that, and Liverpool don't even like doing that. It's rare you see Liverpool buy someone they don't make a profit on. Really rare. But that is what Ipswich, if they want to carry on, it's what they're going to have to do, because there's no other way to build in the Premier League. Like, you get the TV money. The TV money gives you a transfer budget of maybe 100 million a year. And that will be smaller next year because of PSR. Because Ipswich's losses will, you know, it's done on a rolling period, so it will include this year. So Ipswich won't be able to just pump money in with the owners to do that next year. So that's where you've got to sell people and be clever with it. But hopefully Ipswich can. You know, I think Mark Ashen's smart enough to know that's what we've got to do. I think McKenna's good enough to make players better. Like, I feel like McKenna will develop players. You know, I think he's shown it already with the likes of Davis and even Delap. There's an argument that McKenna's made Delap better. Because as well, you watched Delap in pre-season and I first to admit, I didn't think he was going to work out. I thought he was a dud. But after like a couple of months with McKenna, he looks brilliant. He looks like a potential England centre forward, which actually Martin asked earlier who should play up front for England, and I'm going to say Liam Delap. Probably a bit soon, but right while the iron's hot, what they say, isn't it? Yeah, Delap's definitely a potential 100 mil player. 100% he is. Like, I think now you get 40-50. I really do. And again, you know, going back to the England thing, is Solanke better than Delap? Well, he's got more Premier League goals and stuff. But Delap's younger. What was Solanke? 50 mil? Like, if Solanke's 50 mil, Delap is for me. But like Charlie says, you can't just replace Delap and Davis. That's the real difficult part. That's the real difficult part. You've got to do, like, I'll use Liverpool as an example because obviously it's the club I know the best. You sell Coutinho for 150 million and you buy people like Mane, Salah for 30 odd million. Like, that's the model. Like, you've got to scout and unearth talent. But like, part of Ipswich's problem as well is the scouting network is tiny. I know they've been growing it under the owners and under Mark Ashton, but it's still, like, the scouting network's not good enough to be buying players from other countries. Like, Ipswich don't have enough scouts. Like, things like Liverpool have got like scouts that live in Italy and stuff, and like watch Italian games live every week, and they're watching like Juventus's academy games and stuff in the flesh, scouting players properly. Because you can tell a lot over TV and stats and stuff, but you know, I'm still a big fan of the eye test. Harry Clark scores. He's one of our own. I like Kuyust on FIFA. There's nothing about him, he's decent. That's too much. But yeah, I think that's the difficult part, is the replacements. You know. But if you can get the replacements right, like, the money's there. Like, but it's a balance in that. And I think Ipswich this summer, I think, bought quite safely. I think you look at the age of the people they brought in, the quality of them. Also, like, their pedigree as youth players. Like, you know, a lot of them come from big clubs like Man City, Chelsea with Amari. Like, I feel like Delap and Amari were like safe bets. You know you'll make a profit on them. You buy them, and you know that when you sell them, the likelihood is you're going to make a profit on them. It's really unlikely. The only people Ipswich bought in the summer who you won't make a profit on is the left back, who I can't even remember his name because he doesn't play. What's his name? He's got a really generic name as well, like O'Brien or something. I'm sure Charlie will remember. And correct me with what his name is. It's not O'Brien. I'm mixing them up with O'Shea, I think. Who's the left back? Cuthbert or something? No, that's the Caterpillar cake from Aldi. Colin? His name is Colin? Help me out, chat. Colin? Oh no, not Cam Humphreys. But the one we bought in the summer, I think we bought him from West Brom. Bought him for like £1 million. Like, he's someone you're not going to make a profit on because of his age and stuff. Connor, not Colin. Connor the Caterpillar. Connor Townsend. That's the guy. Connor Townsend. Because he's now 85 rated. See, I'm just building up. And as well, again, for anyone joining the stream late, if anyone wants a game of FIFA, let me know. If you have next gen, because I don't have the old gen game installed. I only have the next gen one. Connor Townsend, you're not going to make a profit on him, but he was £1 million, so who cares? Schmodix is another one where you might not make a profit because he was what, 15? How much was Schmodix? There were so many numbers flying around. I actually can't remember. I think it's crazy that Delap only has 82 potential on FIFA. I agree with you there. Like, I think it's like Charlie says 86. I think you could give him even more than that, maybe. Schmodix was 10 mil in the end. Because there was talk about 8, 7, 20. Like, I think Blackburn wanted 20, but it was never going to happen at his age. But Schmodix is another one. For 10 mil, the likelihood is, unless Ipswich were to go down this season and sell him, although if we were to go down this season, he's probably, for me, being realistic, one of the best people to keep. Because last year, Championship top scorer at a rubbish Blackburn team. If Ipswich were to go down, Schmodix is someone you'd want in there to come back up. But yeah, you might, unless you sold him this, like, I feel like if you sold him now, you might get 15 million. You know, if he has a brilliant end of the season, you might maybe be able to get 15 for, like 15, 20 for him. If he went in the summer. But if you keep him past that, he's going to be in his 30s. Money's going to be dropping down. You're going to lose money on it. But everyone else at Pitchport, literally all of them, I think there's profit in them. And I also think that's part of the reason why we didn't do a permanent deal on Phillips. It wasn't like, I know like the money well was dry. But I feel like with Phillips, like Man City don't know what to sell him for. Like, great thing. If Phillips gets 10 goals, he'll be worth 20 million. Yeah, I agree. If he gets 10 goals, or even like 8 goals, 10 assists, something like that, I think you might be able to get 20 million for him this summer. But I think if you leave it a couple of years, he's gonna retire at Town. Which again isn't the end of the world. I'd be happy for him to stay, do a job, he'd score goals, do what he does. But the rest of the people we bought like to make money. Like, we bought loads of players in where the plan is, you know, we're going to sell you for 50 million in a couple of years. Even the cheap ones like Greaves, like, he's left-footed centre-back. Such a rare thing for a good left-footed centre-back. Like, I think he's someone you could look at 40, 50 million if he develops as I think he will. But obviously Town staying up is the important thing for that model. If Town go down, you've got to sell 100 million of players just to make the balance sheet right. Unless you come straight back up with the old parachutes. Like them army men out of Toy Story. Hell of a ball as well. If I'd pressed the other centre back, I would have won that with Nunes. If we want Endo for 15 million, surely Phillips is worth less, as Endo's a better player. I think Endo's 31. I think Phillips is only like 27, isn't he? Like, if you said to me they're both 15 million, who would you buy? I'd buy Endo. I can't remember what Liverpool paid for Endo. I think it was 12 million. I feel like you'd get him for 12. I think Liverpool will be happy to have, you know, what, 18 months of service, and then sell him without making a loss at his age. I think Liverpool would take that, you know. But yeah, I think Endo would make Ipswich better, but again, his age. Do you want to spend? The thing is, like for me, Endo in January makes sense because for 15 mil, he could be the difference between getting relegated and not. If it went on to the summer, I don't know. I'd be thinking, is there a younger option out there? Thing is, I think the Ipswich squad as it is going to be close to staying up. I think they've got a real chance just as it is. But to add an Endo in there, other thing with Endo is like he's captain of Japan, which is it's a big thing. You know, it's a big thing to captain your country. And for Ipswich, if Endo was to replace Morsey, you've got a ready-made captain. I know people don't like new players being captain. Some people like it to be whoever's been there the longest and all that sort of nonsense. For me, it should be the best leader. It should be the best leader unless you've got a leader from your town. Do you know what I mean? If you've got Steven Gerrard, he should be captain. Like if Harry Clark's playing every week, he should be captain. But if he's not, and you bring in Endo should be captain as well. Which again, it makes him more worth the money that he's a leader, I guess. You know, you get a leader, you get international experience, you get Premier League experience. And Endo's probably got more caps than anyone in the Ipswich squad. Like, Ipswich's internationals, like, I don't think any of them have got over, like, 30 caps. Like, Endo might have as many caps as that Ipswich squad put together. Genuinely, I think Endo's got, like, 100 caps. He might not have. I'd be really interested to see that number after this game. Could have hit that with Salah. Once I got there. Oh yeah, Endo is better disciplined than Morsey. But I don't know if he's not like a model citizen. He does get booked, but not anywhere near the rate Morsey does. But the thing with Endo as well, Endo is smart enough to not get the second booking quite a lot compared to Morsey, I would say. Like if Morsey was on a booking, I'd be worried about a second one the whole time. Whereas if Endo's on a booking, I wouldn't be as worried at all. Which I think is huge. You know, because a 1 game suspension for a load of yellow cards is a problem. Of course it is. But going down to 10 men, as Ipswich have found in the Premier League, at a level where it's about fine margins, is just huge. But yeah, I would love it. Endo to Ipswich, I would love for Ipswich. Provided Liverpool replace him. Like, obviously I'm sort of on the fence with this. Like, I'm looking over both sides of the fence at what I would want to happen, but I think Liverpool would need a midfielder to to let Endo go. I think the way Liverpool operate, even if you offered like 30 million for Endo, like we wouldn't do it unless we had a replacement sorted. So Ipswich fans should be hoping that Liverpool get Zubimendi, who I still don't know if I want, but the other big Ipswich transfer rumour, like Charlie just said, is Leif Davis to Liverpool. Obviously I read a lot of Liverpool news, a lot of like IT catties and all that stuff. My understanding of Liverpool's left back situation is that Slot is happy with Robertson and Tsimikas. One would have to go for Liverpool to get a left back. The likelihood of either of them going in January is just, it's minuscule. Unless someone big fancied Robertson for me. Like, I don't see it. Unless someone big fancied Robertson, or if the Saudi League were like, oh, we want Tsimikas. I don't see it this season, but I could see it maybe at the end of the season. Liverpool saying, what do you want for Davis? I think for me, Davis was more appealing to Jurgen Klopp than he would be Slot as well. Like if Liverpool still had Klopp, I could see it a lot more. I could still see it under Slot, but at Feyenoord, which obviously Slot didn't have the money he has at Liverpool, but at Feyenoord, Slot liked centre halves who could play left back. Charlie says 35 mil for Davis for me. Yeah, I think it would have to be at least 25 before you think about it. I think 25 plus add-ons, maybe. If it was like a deal where it's like 25, but if he does X, Y, Z, it's 40. Like if you're Ipswich, you'd want to put in there, if he does, you know, if you're doing 25, you want to say once he plays 50 games for Liverpool, it's 5 million. Because Liverpool would go, okay, if he plays 50 games, it's worth that. If you win the Premier League, 5 million. If he gets the most assists in the league, another 5 million. So I think you could do like a 25 million package that could potentially add to more, and that's how Liverpool like to buy people. Like, it's like the Nunes deal. People always say Nunes was 85 million. But Nunes was like 85 million with a load of add-ons, which might never happen. So yeah, that's how I would see it happening. I think Mark Aston would set a lot of like clauses that protect Ipswich for the future. Like Liverpool don't like giving people sell-on clauses. That's something that Liverpool try to avoid. But I could see, like one clause I could see is like a first option clause. Liverpool have done that before when people have sold people to us, where if the player's sold, they're notified of the bid that gets accepted and they get a chance to match it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool did that with Davis, if they said to Ipswich, well, you know, if we ever sold Davis, you'd have the option before anyone else to bring him back. Which is something Liverpool have done with a few little players. Davis is definitely more attacking minded than Robertson now, but Robertson under Klopp was more raw than like Davis. Like if we still had Klopp, I would be convinced that's a transfer that happens one day. Like I won't even think that's something that might happen. I'll be thinking that will happen. I don't know when, but it will. And when Liverpool had Klopp, I thought that even when Ipswich were in League One, I looked at it and thought that looks like someone Jurgen would like at left back. He's like a worse version of Trent, and I don't mean that disrespectfully of Davis. Like for me, Trent's world class. Davis is like 2 brackets below that, but he's a Trent style fullback for me. In terms of his passing, his crossing, his goals, his attacking input. Yeah, I think Davis could be worth 50 more in a couple of years. Like you've only got to look at like Trent. Like Liverpool apparently turned down 70 million for Trent before. So is Davis worth that? Maybe. Starting to get a bit of a headache, guys. Maybe I'm getting a headache from me talking. Charlie says Trent's 120 million. Yeah. I would, there's obviously the Real Madrid rumours about Trent. I would love to know what it would take to get him in January. Same with Salah as well. Like, if a Saudi club bid 50 million for Salah in January, what do you do? And loads of people say keep him, obviously, but if Salah wants to go, and you could get 50 million for someone who's going to leave for nothing in the summer, it's a big call. For me, at least. Person's quite aggressive. I've noticed that already in the way they challenge. They are quite aggressive in the pressing phase and the way they tackle, so that could be something to keep an eye on as this game goes on. Harry Clark will deal with that because it's what he does. DeMarco. Is Salah cooking in DeMarco? Apparently not. Oh, just couldn't get the ball into a gap. Yeah, really good defender from them, to be fair. Ibu Kanate, Saliba's come across to help him, which is a problem because Haaland gets left alone. They've got Van Dijk, so Van Dijk wins the header. Well done the Smolix for winning that second ball though. They got injured. Don't do it, Sammy. Don't do it. Trent is a winger as well. Like, yeah, I could definitely... If it was 2004, Trent would play right wing. Like, Trent would really suit someone that wants to play with a back three with like a wing backs. I think the thing with Trent is he's so good. I honestly feel like he could do a job anyway. What a goal. Like for me, you could play Trent as a number 10. His passing's that good. His finishing's that good. You could play him up top. Pace-wise, would he be the best? Maybe not, but his finishing is second to like Mo Salah. Basically no one else. His shooting's so good. I think Trent's just one of them players where he's so good. you could play him in basically any role other than centre half. Right, I'm going to quit that. Oh dear. Right, guys, it's been a really short stream, but I'm starting to get a headache, and I feel like that's going to get worse. So I'm actually going to call it to an end here. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Like I said, I did say I'd play against some of you. None of the people that want to play me are in chat today, but you know, we'll work out another stream for that. And I'll try and notify people in advance so they know. But I'm just all FIFA'd out as well. Like I've played, but I'm just annoyed that I've lost my players basically. Sulking, throwing my toys at the pram. But thank you all so much for watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Next week we'll be back with a massive vlog as well. Ipswich, Man United. The stream might be late because I'm going to the game. So the current plan is still to stream Sunday, but I'll probably stream a bit later than normal, guys, just so you know. If it changes, I'll try and post on social media and on my Discord server, which you can join at the link which I've just put in the chat for you. So yeah, thank you for watching. Charlie enjoyed the stream. That's what I want to see. Smash the like button before you go. And if you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you very much. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing because we do lots of different football content. We don't just play FIFA. We go to games. We talk about football all the time. So become one of my legends. Anyway, all I have to say is I've been Link. You've been my legends. Thank you for watching this. I'll see you real soon. Hopefully this headache goes away.